On the twin flame journey, you must follow your heart. You have to do that on any ascension path, any spiritual journey you're on, because your heart is actually the center or the map of wisdom on your journey. And if you're not honoring what's in your heart, you're not going to really move forward on your twin flame journey, because if you aren't honoring love, then you're honoring fear or doubt or whatever else is coming up. And your union, which I know you want, otherwise I'm not sure why you're here, your union comes from a space of unconditional love. That's the place where you meet your union and maintain your union. So it is of the utmost importance that you are following your heart and not the voice of fear. And following your heart doesn't mean you have to do something that is completely irrational or illogical. Quite the opposite, in fact. Your heart is actually very rational and very logical. And if you feel like something your heart is guiding you towards isn't rational or isn't logical or not good for you, then that's something I encourage you work with a certified twin flame ascension coach about. And you can find out how to work with me on this below. But the reason I suggest that is because sometimes I noticed on my journey, and I've seen it on other people's journey too, we think that following your heart means you put all this pressure on yourself to do the thing that you think is loving, or you think represents spiritual progress. But following your heart is something that should always feel peaceful, and really, really juicy and really good to you. And so if something doesn't feel good about what's in your heart, then that means there's a block there. There's some healing to do, some clarity for you to come to. And that's okay. We all have moments on the journey where there's uncertainty, or we feel like something's not adding up and we need to do some healing and inner work. But you have to commit to doing that healing and inner work. If something feels fearful to you, there's a place for you to heal. And your healing is what will bring the clarity of what it means to follow your heart at this particular point in your journey. But you must be willing to actually do that inner work and follow your heart. That is key. You can't really go anywhere if you're just in this loop of complaining about your journey, or blaming the other person, or saying, oh, it's their turn to do this, or and you can even apply this to other areas of your life too, right? That's not how you move forward. How you move forward is by moving through that inner block and then taking your guided action, right? Going where your heart is telling you to go to. Again, if you don't know what that block is, if you're stuck, work with a certified twin flame ascension coach, and you can find out how to work with me again below. The ultimate thing I need you to take away from this message is this is a heart journey. You can't figure out the perfect path in your mind, and your heart is probably going to lead you down a way that feels uncomfortable at first because it's new and it asks you to heal and come outside of your comfort zone. But ultimately you have to honor it, because if you aren't honoring your heart, what are you doing? What game are you playing? It's not going to work. Not honoring your heart is the way of karmics and soulmates and just other connections and other pathways that aren't going to lead you to your highest good, especially if you're watching this video right now. Well, that is it. Honor your heart. You have to be brave, and you have to follow your heart.